Lawmakers across the nation are honoring South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham after he suddenly died over the weekend. The preliminary medical examiner's report reveals the 71-year-old died of a tear in the aorta on Sunday, just hours after returning to Washington from a trip to Ukraine. Voters first elected the Republican to the Senate back in 2002. He was a prominent voice in the Republican Party. He ran for president in the 2016 race, but ultimately lost the Republican nomination to Donald Trump. South Carolina GOP Chair Drew McKissick is calling Graham's sudden passing a tremendous loss for the state and the entire Republican Party.
You know, very easy to talk to, not pretentious, very down to earth, and was willing to, agree with people or disagree with people when necessary, put agreement together sometimes when it was necessary, and sometimes stand his ground whenever he thought he was right and other people were wrong. So that would happen a lot of times too. He wasn't ashamed of that. But he wanted to make sure that we can do the things that we needed to do as a party.
Lawmakers here in Tennessee and across the country are sharing reactions to his death. Tim Burchett, Marsha Blackburn, and Bill Hagerty all took to social media yesterday to express their sadness. President Donald Trump and other national leaders are also sharing their thoughts. And neighbors from his hometown of Central South Carolina are, of course, also feeling the loss. Reporter Gracie Palmer spoke with some families about their reactions to Senator Graham's death.
In Pendleton, South Carolina, Senator Lindsey Graham's district office sits quiet. Flags fly at half-staff as residents from his hometown come to terms with the loss.
Shock has been the primary thing because, again, he's been a staple. He's been a staple of the area. Everyone knows who he is, regardless of whether you agree with him politically or not.
In the small town of Central, the late senator's childhood home is right on Main Street. Sunday afternoon, he was remembered by many for his visits back home.
Super nice guy. Love being from this area. A good family person. Just a real nice guy.
Last time I seen him, he was in the parade at Pendleton, and he was riding in a convertible Mustang, and it broke down right in the middle of the parade.
But shock was the main theme throughout Pickens County.
I thought it was a joke first on Facebook. I saw it, and I'm a supporter of his. He came to my elementary school, Central Elementary, in the early '90s, and then we knew he was from Central, but it was a shock for sure.
It's hard to believe that someone that's been in Congress for that long is gone that quickly.
And sympathy for those he left behind.
My heart goes out to Darlene and her daughter Emily. It's just a sad day.
It's like she said, it is a sad day, and he'll be very missed, very badly.
And just into our newsroom within the last 15 minutes, the South Carolina governor named Graham's sister as his temporary replacement, but his sudden death creates uncertainty of who will replace him as the Republican nominee on the November ballot. Next Tuesday, candidate filings will open. Then on August 11th, there will be a special Republican primary. Because Graham died more than 100 days before November's election, his sister will serve through January 3rd of next year. Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace is strongly considering running for that open seat. The 48-year-old Republican representative ran for governor this year but failed to make the runoff in the primary. Again, a special Republican primary to replace Graham in the general election will take place next month.